when you're tough, you always get to the level above where you can play. Like, you know what I mean? Like you'll always play out of your caliber. So if you're tough and then all of a sudden you start figuring out at the level you're at, you're starting to be a good Fed player. Now you're making some plays, getting some points. Well, guess what? Now you're going to the SP or the coast. And then as soon as you get to the speed in the coast where you're like, oh, now I got this. Now maybe I'm getting on the third line. And then boom, you get on the third line, guess what happens? Now you're going to the American League, you're sitting on the bench again. So it's like, I feel like as an enforcer, so what happens is you're essentially always at the bottom of the totem pole of the skill, in the skill category as an enforcer. So you're always around players that are better than you, and everybody's always trying to help you and giving you pointers, and I feel like you're the most coached guy on every team. I find that, I like that. Like, I always tell guys on the team, like, hey, if you guys see something in practice where you're like, what the fuck? What is this guy doing? Like, what a bad habit that is. Like, I want you to tell me that, because like, I want to get better. And to be honest, man, I didn't play major junior. I didn't get coached by NHL players when I was in junior, when I was young, you know? So there is certain things where someone says something and I'm like, man, how have I never been taught that? Or I've never actually practiced that one skill. And then I do it a couple times. I'm like, oh, this isn't so bad. I just got to push my hands out a little bit off my body. Next thing you know, you're scooping them off the wall or whatever. Like, it's just these little things. And I feel like whenever I'm skating with these NHL guys and stuff, and they say these little, I feel like it's like a little nugget, little gold nuggets. Whenever you skate with NHL guys, man, they just got these nuggets, and they'll say it. And I remember one thing. So Derek Armstrong, he was my coach in the Central League. He played for LA Kings. Yep. I make sure to see him every summer because he just loves hockey. This guy loves hockey more than anybody. And I like getting around him every year. Just he kind of like fills me up with this love. And I'll text him if I'm like, you know, like I'll text him. He's like, oh, hockey's the best, Ames. I'm like, you're right, man. I love hockey. It's cool. So, but when I skate with him, he always drops these little like things where he says it in the way he says it. So there was one thing where we were playing just like a drop-in game. And he's like, Ames, like, you're just kind of floating around when you don't have the puck. You're kind of just floating around. He's like, imagine you're playing tag. He's like, you don't want anybody near you. If you're playing tag, like if people are near you, they're going to tag you. He's like, just like, you want to be out in no man's land. Just find where nobody is. You should constantly be like avoiding everybody when you're off puck. You know, when you're in fighting for ice. And I was like, just the way he said it, he kind of just dumbed it down so much for me. And I was like, how come I never even thought about that? You know, I'm sitting here kind of floating around with a guy beside me in the offensive zone off puck. Now it's like I'm like making sure that guy's nowhere near me, popping up with my stick ready. Like, and it's such a simple thing, but it's just to hear it that way. I was kind of like, oh, okay. It sounds so silly. I bet you people are going to listen to this and be like, oh, what an idiot. Well, of course. You know what I mean? For sure they will. But it was just one of those things, man. I get those little nuggets skating with these guys. That's why I love it.
But aren't the greatest coaches, though, they're great communicators, but they communicate in a way where the message comes across and it's delivered
simple. Yeah.
And as long as you get the message, that's the ultimate form of communication.
Yeah, it's almost like they almost just dumb it down, or they'll say it in a way where it's just comparing it to something else where it makes it make more sense. Yeah, I think that's a huge part of coaching, just good communication skills. Yeah, like I say, man, I mean, being at the level I'm at now on the coast, it's cool for me because I feel like everybody on the team has been coached by some elite coaches at some point in their life. And, you know, even me, like obviously being in the coast, it's all elite coaches. So it's really cool to kind of be around that and then have these guys I can ask anybody on the team. I can be on the bench asking a 21-year-old rookie about, like, he's maybe a different kind of player than me. Maybe he's more skilled. I'll ask him a question about maybe something like a move or something. And it's just nice because everybody's kind of like above where I'm at. So I can I have a million people to help me if I have a question or whatever. And I love hockey so much right now. I'm a student of the game. All I want to do is get better. I'm having so much fun. Fighting is literally just a mechanism for me to be there. I love it. I don't love it as much as I did when I was young. I'm not trying to bite people's heads off like I was when I was young, but more than happy to do it, to be at the highest level I can possibly be at, no problem.
So where's the sliding scale though? Because I know we've had conversations off camera and in private and whatnot about it, but obviously, like, your skill level, like you just mentioned, is not maybe up to snuff with the level you're at, but your skill in fighting is what gets you above. So, like, where is the sliding scale where, like, you can go to the American League, but your skill is even lesser than that? I've heard lots of people tell me that he could fight in the NHL, no problem.
Yeah.
But the skill is the issue, and you can't have that kind of a liability. So, American League, maybe. You're in the East Coast, so
Yeah.
the answer is yes.
Yeah,
But, like,
I think more now than ever, you have to have the ability to play. You can't make mistakes. Like, to get to the American League, you got to be at the point in the East Coast where you're not making mistakes. You can't be going out there every time, get the puck on the wall, and I didn't get it out again. You know what I mean? And that's why I feel like simplifying your game to the max for a guy like me, just playing the most simple hockey you can, that's the most valuable thing for me. And then D-zone, obviously, like not getting scored on. That's like, for me, the most important things are trying not to make mistakes. You're going to make mistakes, but try not to make the least amount of mistakes as you can, play as simple as you can, and just don't up in the D-zone, don't get scored on, obviously. And if you can do those things, then hopefully you can get to the next level. You know, I feel like I did a pretty good job last year. I didn't get scored on since November. So I feel like that was pretty good.
Okay, so
not like I'm playing 10 minutes a game, but
I was going to say season ends in May. An extra 3 months. That's about a 9-month span of not getting scored on.
Yeah, I got scored on. I think I was -3. I think I finished -2, but all my dashes happened in the first 2 months of the season. So
Are you going back to Kansas City again?
no, I haven't re-signed. So we were talking about Derb, like getting banged up. So last season I banged up my hand pretty good. So I'm still recovering. So I'm not signing until I'm fully good to go. So I'm pretty close. I'm like 98%.
So is that a dad joke?
What's that?
Is that a dad joke? Your hand's banged up so you can't sign the contract yet?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No. I'm like literally, no, I just chose not to. I'm not signing anywhere until I'm 100%. I'm just I don't want to rush into anything. Once I'm fully healed, I'm going to sign, and you guys will know I've already got some stuff cooking. I'm a free agent right now. So,
Okay. I'll bleep it out. Do you have any front runners?
yeah, oh yeah.
Can you tell me? I'll bleep it out.
No.
Okay.
It's in the South, though. I will be going to the South.
Oh,
The South Division.
good weather, low taxes.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's
yeah.
not bad. Especially the Canadian money printer still turned on.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the only hint I'll give. I'll be in the South.
We do a hockey podcast called Sling the Biscuit every single Sunday. The clips, the bite-sized chunks are right here. Only the hits, the full-length show, which you don't want to miss, is right here. That's Dave. I'm Travis. We'll see you soon.